today focuses on action. And we do need to act in response to what we're learning in our Proverbs study. But I want to caution you, it's so easy to think that you have the power and the ability to do what you want to do. And I want to tell you that you don't. Believe me, I've tried. Becoming wise is far too difficult to pull off by ourselves. In addition, if you do achieve something in your own strength, you're going to be beset by that terrible sin of pride. Pride is the Achilles heel of the Christian. Now we're going to tackle that topic in my second Proverbs study, volume 2. But for now, I just want you to consider, as we talk about action, that you must desperately depend on God when you act. What does that look like and how does that work? Well, I wish I could tell you. I don't know. It's just this mysterious empowering. It's something that God does in response to our heart attitudes. You can't systematize it or analyze it or spell it out in formulaic steps. It simply happens. God simply does it when you humble your heart before Him. It's a way of seeing, it's a way of admitting that you can't do what God is asking you to do. Solomon illustrates this beautifully for us. When he became king, he was still a very young boy, maybe even in his teens. And in 1 Kings 3:7, his prayer there is a wonderful example of what it means to depend on God. He was overwhelmed with this task of leading Israel, and he prays, "Now, O Lord my God, you have made your servant in place of my father David, but I am only a little child, and I don't know how to carry out my duties." I've prayed that many times. I am only a little girl, and I don't know how to carry out what you're asking me to do. The text tells us that God was so pleased with Solomon that he not only gave him what he asked for, but many other gifts and abilities as well. How do you pray? How do you ask God to help you? I ask Him all the time. I tell Him, I measure who God is and who I am, and I see the huge difference. And so I say to Him, I'm just your little child. But if you, God, will help, give me a discerning heart. Take action. But in order to become wise, we have to do that with the heart of a child. If you will pray that way, you'll be absolutely astonished at what God will do through you. You'll be surprised at the obstacles you'll face if you don't see God that way, who He is and who you are. So live desperately dependent as you act boldly.